Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Korean ebook before it's gone.
국수, wheat flour noodles. 국수, wheat flour noodles. In Korea, when there's a festival, this is the main dish that you can try. Traditionally, 국수, the wheat flour noodles, was the main dish for party. Like instead of having a lot of meat and everything, in the past, people shared the noodle for celebrating someone's birthday or a big event of a family. So in the sentence, you can say, 그 잔치에 가면 국수를 먹을 수 있습니다. 김치, kimchi. So I think this is one of the very famous Korean food around the world. So in Korea, like without kimchi, you cannot call something as a meal. Like so, every time whenever you have something, even with pizza, you can find kimchi on the table too. So in a sentence, I can say, 우리 엄마는 피자를 먹을 때 김치도 함께 먹습니다. Which means that my mother eats kimchi when she's having pizza. 김치 볶음밥, kimchi fried rice. When I was a kid, like in the morning, my mom is working mother still, like she's working. So she was very busy in the morning. So this kimchi 볶음밥 was the food that she can prepare very easily within 5 minutes. You can sometimes put something like egg on the top of the kimchi 볶음밥 as a topping or something like some different types of meat too. So you can have different flavor for each day. So in a sentence, we can say, 아침에 바빠서 김치볶음밥을 만들었습니다. Which means that I was busy in the morning, so I made 김치볶음밥, kimchi fried rice. 김치찌개, kimchi stew. So here we have the word kimchi and 찌개, which means stew. So there are actually a lot of types of stew in Korea, and kimchi찌개 is the most popular one. So in a sentence, I can say, 갈비를 다 먹고 김치찌개를 주문했습니다. That means I ordered kimchi stew after having Korean style barbecue. 냉면, cold noodle soup. 냉면, cold noodle soup. So the way to make this noodle cold is to put shaved ice over the soup. So you can have noodle and shaved ice together. So that's why it's very popular for summer, but for actually any season you can find it at a Korean restaurant. In a sentence, we can say, 날씨가 더워서 오늘 저녁에는 냉면을 먹을 겁니다. Which means, since it's hot today, I'm going to have cold noodle soup for dinner. 된장찌개, 된장 stew, or soybean paste stew. The way we make it is kind of similar to how we make kimchi찌개, kimchi stew, but with a different main item inside the soup. 식당에 가서 김치찌개 하나랑 된장찌개 하나를 주문했습니다. Which means that I ordered one kimchi stew and one soybean paste stew at a restaurant. 떡볶이, stir-fried rice cake. 떡볶이, stir-fried rice cake. So here we have the word 떡, which means rice cake, and 볶 means fried. When I was a kid, I loved that because it's spicy and it's sweet. It's very small portion, so you can have it between lunch and dinner. And it's cheap too. So for one person, like it only costs about $1 or 1,000원. In a sentence, I can say, 어렸을 때 학교에서 집에 가는 길에 떡볶이를 자주 먹었습니다. Which means that I often had stir-fried rice cake when I was on the way home from school. 라면, ramen. So as you can see, it sounds very similar. Like ramen is the Japanese name of the same food. So we call it as ramen using the word 면, which means noodle. When Korean people say ramen, it means instant ramen, not some kind of Japanese style ramen. So if you find out that there's nothing to eat at home, you can simply just say 편의점에 가서 라면을 사올게, which means that I'll go to a convenience store and buy ramen. 부대찌개, army base stew. 부대찌개, army base stew. So in the past, you could have it only around the army post, but now people love the taste. So you can find the restaurant selling 부대찌개 at every corner of the city and in South Korea. 오늘 점심시간에는 직장 동료들과 부대찌개를 먹었습니다. Which means that I had the army base stew with my coworkers for lunch. 순두부찌개, raw bean curd stew. 순두부찌개, raw bean curd stew. I like the sundubu because of its texture. Like sundubu is very soft. It tastes like pudding. So Korean people usually have sundubu with egg too, to make it a little bit less spicy. So if you don't like something spicy, I think it's kind of good tip to put something like raw egg into the soup so that it can be a little bit less spicy. These days, I think sundubu is getting more popular, so you can actually find it very easily. 오늘 순두부 먹을래? Do you want to have raw bean curd stew today? 게으른, lazy. 게으른, lazy. These days, I'm kind of becoming lazy. I'm not sure if lazy is bad. 그 애는 너무 게을러서 싫어. Which means that I don't like it because he's too lazy. 미루다, procrastinate. Although it's kind of due, I just do something on the due date. So in that case, you can say 시험 공부를 계속 미루다, which means that I continually procrastinate the preparing for the test. 수업 시간에 잡담하다, chat in class. 수업 시간에 잡담하지 마세요, which means don't chat in class. 수업을 빠지다, skip class. 수업을 빠지다, skip class. So in a sentence, you can say 몸이 아파서 수업을 빠졌습니다. I skipped a class because I was sick. 컨닝하다, cheat on a test. 컨닝하다, cheat on a test. So when I was at the elementary school, like we usually put some school bag on the desk so that kids don't cheat on a test. And these days I heard that like at a Korean classroom, they usually ask 1 or 2 parents to come in so that they can watch kids taking a test and making sure that no one cheats on a test. 컨닝을 하다가 걸렸습니다, which means that I got caught while cheating on a test. 수업에서 낙제하다, fail a class. 수업에서 낙제하다, fail a class. So in a sentence you can say 과학 수업에서 낙제했어. I failed a science class. In Korea, instead of using A, B, C, D, F, like we have a system like 수우미양가. So 수 is something like A, which is the excellent, and 가 is something like fail. So if someone get 가, which is like F, you can say that 수업에서 낙제했어. I failed the class. 숙제를 안 하다, not do homework. Here we have the word 숙제 meaning homework. So you can say 너무 피곤해서 숙제를 안 했어. I was so tired, so I didn't do homework. 수업 시간에 자다, sleep in class. 수업 시간에 자다, sleep in class. 너무 피곤해서 수업 시간에 잠을 잤습니다. I slept in a class because I was so tired. 표절, plagiarism. In a sentence you can say 이 리포트는 표절한 것 같아, which means that like this report seems like have a lot of issues with plagiarism. 규칙을 따르지 않다, not follow rules. 규칙을 따르지 않다, not follow rules. And here we have the word 규칙, which means rules. If you're talking about law, you can use the word 법 or 법률. But here it's just the rules of the school. So you can say that 학교 규칙, 규칙 or 학칙 to say school's rules. In a sentence, you can say that 규칙을 아는 학생들은 점수를 잃을 수 있습니다, which means that if you don't follow rules, you can lose your point. So when I was at junior high, we actually had a point system at school. So if you do something right, you can get like 3 points. Or if you do something wrong, like 규칙을 따르지 않다, then you could lose your point. So at the end of each semester, like teachers sum it up and they just give awards or punishment. 똑똑한, smart. 똑똑한, smart. So you can use this adjective as in 저 사람은 참 똑똑하다. That person is smart. Or you can also say something like 난 내가 참 똑똑하다고 생각해. I think I'm really smart. 감성적인, emotional. 감성적인, emotional. I'm kind of emotional, so whenever I read a novel or I see a movie, I became so emotional. So in that case, I can say 영화를 보면 감성적이 됩니다. When I see the movie, I became emotional. Keep reading it, but like keep crying, so I couldn't, read the characters. 멋진, cool. 멋진, cool. 그 사람 진짜 멋져. That person is really cool. And then when you see someone cool, like you can just, thumbs up toward him or her, say, 멋져요, you're cool. 정직한, honest. 정직한, honest. 나는 정직한 사람과 결혼하고 싶다. Meaning, I want to get married with someone honest. 게으른, lazy. 게으른, lazy. These days I feel like I'm getting lazy. So in that case, I can say 요즘 들어서 점점 게을러지는 것 같습니다. Which means that I think I'm getting lazy recently. You know, like on weekends, like I'm usually just laying on the floor. 수줍은, shy. 수줍은, shy. I'm kind of shy. 처음 보는 사람을 만나면 수줍어합니다. Which means that I become shy when I see someone new for the first time. 로맨틱한, romantic. 로맨틱한, romantic. When you watch Korean drama, you can see a lot of characters who are romantic. In that case, you can say 저 남자 주인공은 참 로맨틱하다. Meaning that main actor seems to be very romantic. 심각한, serious. 심각한, serious. It can describe me as 저 사람은 진짜 심각한 사람이야. Meaning he's kind of a serious guy. That's what I have to overcome, but I become so serious sometimes. 다정한, friendly. 다정한, friendly. So here we have the word 다정, which has two Chinese characters. 다 means many, and 정 is something like sympathy. So it means something like who has a lot of sympathy, who has a lot of things to give, things to share with other person. So you can translate it as friendly, saying 우리 어머니는 참 다정한 분이다, which means that my mother is someone who is very friendly. 나는 다정한 사람을 만나고 싶어. I want to meet someone friendly. 괴팍한, bad-tempered. 괴팍한, bad-tempered. So any word starting with 괴 means something like weird, something strange, because that's what this Chinese character-based word mean. Strange, like weird. 저 사람은 정말 괴팍한 사람이야. Means he or she is bad-tempered. 관대한, generous. 관대한, generous. When I was in college, I remember one senior who was very 관대한, generous. If someone makes mistake, she was like, ha ha ha, it's okay. You're a human being, anyone can make mistake. In that case, you can say something like 관대한. For example, 내 선배는 관대한 사람입니다. Meaning, my senior is a generous person. 나는 관대한 사람이 되고 싶다. Meaning, I want to be a generous person. 예술적인, artistic. 예술적인, artistic. So here we have the word 예술, meaning art. 그 사람은 예술적인 사람이야. The person is artistic. 예의 바른, polite. 예의 바른, polite. So here we have the word 예의, meaning politeness, and 바른 means something right, correct. So it means something like someone who has the right politeness. 예의 바른, polite. 부모님들은 아이들을 예의 바르게 키우기 위해서 최선을 다했습니다. Which means parents try to raise their kids to be polite. 우유부단한, indecisive. 우유부단한, indecisive. So using the word, you can say something like 나는 우유부단한 사람과 결혼하고 싶지 않다. Which means I don't want to get married to someone who is indecisive. 친절한, kind. 친절한, kind. 친절한 사람이 손해를 보다, which means that someone who is kind loses something. Some people are trying to use their kindness for their own benefit. 일본 사람들 중에는 친절한 사람들이 많이 있습니다. Among Japanese people, there are a lot of kind people. Okay, that's all adjectives about someone's personality. I hope you enjoy these adjectives. And if you want to learn more about the adjectives and more, expressions to describe yourself, visit koreanclass101.com. You can find a lot of them. I'll see you next time. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요.